Today we're going to look at factorial notation, and in order to explain what that is, I am going to do an example. A photographer put 6 chairs in front of his studio, and it is for 2 boys and 4 girls. In how many ways can they be seated if any child can sit on any chair? So, you draw your 6 little stripes for the chairs. And we start with, you can choose from 6 children to sit in the first chair. Now 1 is seated. How many are left? 5. So in the second chair, you can choose from 5 children to sit on that chair. And we go on like that. Then 4 children are left, 3, 2, and at least 1 will sit in the last chair. That means that those 6 children can be seated in 720 different ways. But the mathematicians always look for a symbol to represent a long thing. So they came up with factorial notation, an exclamation mark. That means that we start at 6 and we multiply downwards to 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all multiplied. That's the same as 6 factorial. Now, the boys want to sit together. So what do you do with the boys? You treat them as a unit. Therefore, I still have my 6 chairs, but the boys want to sit together. So I treat them as a unit. So these 2 chairs becomes 1. So it's 1 chair, and then it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But the boys can sit like that or like that in the unit. Therefore, I have 2 faculty. Because we can change them. They can sit like this, or they can sit like this. So in the unit, I have 2 faculty. And then the unit can sit with all the rest 5 faculty times. Are you all with me? So if you treat them as a unit, they stay together. So if they sit on the first 2 chairs, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they sit on the second and third chairs, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if they sit on the third and the fourth chair, on the fifth and the fourth and the fifth chair, and on the fifth and the sixth chair, it looks like that. So that you actually use 5 ways of seating them, but they have to be together. Do you all understand? So to get your sum, the answer, you multiply the 2 faculty with the 5 faculty, and you get 240 ways. So if the boys want to sit together, you can arrange the children in 240 ways. Everybody with me? Okay. Now the girls want to sit together. We have 4 girls. So we treat them as a unit together with the 2 boys. So now we have 3 different ways to change them. But the girls can also be swapped inside their unit. Therefore, for these 4 girls, you have 4 faculty. You can shift them 4 faculty ways as a unit. And together with the boys, you have 3 faculty. How many in total? 4 faculty times 3 faculty is 48 ways. Why is only 3 and not because they are treated as a unit. So it's 1 unit plus the 2 boys. Okay. Are you all with me? Alright, let's get to the notes. Factorial notation. If n number of items are ordered in a row, you can do it in n faculty ways, and that means if it's 6 faculty, it's 6 times 5 times 4, etc. times 1. Or you can write it as 6 faculty. Now what you must remember is 0 faculty means it's 1. And 3 faculty means it's 3 times 2 times 1. Are you all with me? Nee.
Yes.
6 faculty is 6 times 5 times 4 times what, blah, blah, times 1. 3 faculty is 3 times 2 times 1. 0 faculty, you must remember, is 1. Okay. Example 1. There are 3 boys and 2 girls. So in total, there are 5. In how many ways can they be seated in a row? So, if the first one, for the first chair, you can choose from 5 children. Then that child sits. And then for the rest, so if this one sits down, you can choose 4 for the second chair. So now 2 sits down. Then you can choose 3 for the third chair. Do you follow? Up until the last one is seated. So it's 5 faculty ways and it's 120. Now where do you get faculty on your calculator? Quickly take out your calculator. It's that yellow one there. So the yellow one means you have to press shift and the x to the power of -1. Okay, quickly switch it on and type in 6 faculty. See what you get. Hoeveel? 720. Okay. Now the next one. In how many different ways can they be seated if they must sit boy, girl, boy, girl? Now we know that we have 3 boys and we have 2 girls. So I made the boys blue seats and I made the girls pink seats. So if we take the boys, we start with 3, so it will be 3, 2, 1. If you place the girls, if there are 2, it will be 2, 1. So now you have to look for combinations. I have a 3, 2, 1, so that's 3 faculty. And I have a 2, 1, that's 2 faculty. So how many different ways? 3 faculty times 2 faculty is 12 different ways. The next one. In how many ways can they be seated if one boy and his girlfriend must sit next to each other? So you treat them as a unit. And now you must look. I still have 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The boy and the girl must sit together, so you treat them as a unit. They can sit either like that or like that. So therefore, that is 2 faculty for the unit. Now the unit is treated as 1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 possible ways. 4 faculty left. Are you all with me? Therefore, the number of ways will be 2 faculty times 4 faculty. Okay. The boy and the girl sits on these two chairs. There's the boy and there's the girl. And the rest sit on the other chairs. We have 5 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to treat those two as a unit, and they can sit like this, or they can sit like this. Therefore, you have 2 faculty in the unit. But if they sit together, and the other 3 sits with them, in how many possible ways can you arrange them? Because they have to sit together. So it can be that, or that, or that, or that. Or you can change these two, or those two. Okay, so how many possible ways? We are looking at 4 groupings. 1, 2, 3, 4 groupings. These two must sit together. Therefore, the 4 groupings will be 4 faculties. Are you all with me? Yeah. Right. Or, if you want to make it a picture, a visual picture, you can draw it like this. The different seatings. And now we ask in example 2. Yeah?
In the last one,
why did they do it?
Why did they use 3 instead of 4? In the O, where is the lines? Why did they use 3 fragments?
For, no, this is the, oh, the 3 faculty is for the rest of the children. It's these. The 2 faculty is for those 2. And the 4 different ways are these. Okay. Now I ask you, in how many different ways? It's important that you follow these questions because they differ each time with just a little bit from the previous one. In how many ways can they be seated if the boys, there are 3 boys, must sit next to each other, and the girls, there are 2 girls, must sit next to each other. So now we have 2 units. One has 3 inside and one has 2 inside. There they are. The first unit of the 3 boys, they can be shuffled, but they have to be boys together. So we have 3 faculty. The next unit are the girls. They can sit like this or like that. So they have 2 faculty in the unit. But now these 2 units can also be shifted. So we have 2 faculty for the units. And then the total number of ways are all the faculties combined. 3 faculty times 2 faculty times 2 faculty. So in 24 different ways, these boys and girls can be seated if the boys are together and the girls are together. Do you all follow? Any questions up until here? Okay. The next one. In how many different ways can they be seated if only the boys must sit next to each other? So we have a unit of 3 boys. The rest we don't mind. So we make our unit of 3 boys. That's 3 faculty. And then there are 2 girls left. So the 2 plus the unit makes 3 faculty at the bottom. Multiply them and you get 36. Everybody with me? If. In how many different ways can they be seated if only the girls must sit next to each other. So the girls, there are two girls, form a unit. In the unit, you get two faculty, and they are combined with the rest of the boys, the three boys. So the unit plus the three boys gives you 4 faculty, and then you multiply them to get 48. Any questions? Example 2. How many word arrangements can you make from the word Parktown? Parktown has 8 letters. So you draw your 8 little lines. If you place a letter, you can't repeat it because then it's gone. So it will be 8 times 7 times 6, etc. or 8 faculty. That means that you have 40,000 plus different ways to arrange Parktown. Example 3. How many ways can 7 vacant posts be filled by 10 different people? Okay, so we have, now you must concentrate. We have 7 posts, but we have 10 people to fill those posts. So we can start with 10 at the first line and go down up until 4. Are you all with me? And if you multiply them, you get 604,800. But you can also write it like this. Let's make that a 10 faculty. So go down to 1. But we have to stop at 4. So these are extra. We have to divide with those extra ones so that it cancels out and you get that. Do you all follow? Or you can write it like this. I'm going to use 10 faculty, but I'm going to subtract the ones that I didn't use. So it's from 3 till 1, and I'm going to divide it with that faculty. 3 times 2 times 1 will be 3 faculty. So you divide it with the part that you didn't use. Okay, so that's how this formula works. You assume it's 10 faculty, it goes up and down till 1, but it doesn't really. We have to get rid of that. 3 times 2 times 1, that's 3 faculty. So we divide with the 3 faculty to cancel it out so that it represents what we really need. Are you all with me? Okay. Example 4. The word lovers has 6 letters. How many 6-letter words, so we have 6 little stripes, can you get if the letters may be repeated? So, you can use the letters of lovers and you can repeat them. Therefore, we have 6 times 6 times 6 times 6, etc. So it will be 6 to the power of 6. 46 plus different ways, different words. Now, I ask you, how many 6-letter words, therefore we have 6 little stripes, can you get if the letters may not be repeated? So if you put down a letter, you can't use it again. Then it will be 6 times 5 times 4 times blah 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 times 1, or 6 faculty. So we have 720 different words. How many 4-letter words? So we don't have 6-letter words anymore, so we have 4 stripes. Can you get if the letters may be repeated? So we still have 6 letters, and we can reuse them for the 4-letter word, and then we get 6 to the power of 4. Are you all with me? Can you see the difference? But If the letters may not be repeated, you have 6 times 5 times 4 times 3, or 6 faculty over what is not there, 2 faculty. And you get the same answer. And that's our lesson on faculty for today. Your homework for Monday. Exercise 3 on page 23, number 1 till 3. And now you need to page to exercise 1.